So today we're going to be building a 10-foot by 8-foot pillowcase display. When you order your displays, you come in a nice, handy travel case just like this. And so we're going to go ahead and open up and show you what's inside. When you open your display, your fabric should be on top. You're going to take that out and put it to the side. And we can zoom in here just a little bit and show all of your equipment will come banded together. And the best thing to do is go ahead and take all of those parts out, take them out of their wrappers, and lay them out ready to install. Okay, so now we've unpacked all of our parts and kind of organized them out here. So we have our feet bases, we have our feet connectors, we have our 2 horizontal poles, and our 2 vertical poles. So the nice thing about these assemblies is that each part at each connection is labeled with a letter and a number, and you'll find the corresponding male and female parts of that to snap together. All of the parts snap together just like an old-fashioned tent pole. You have a depressed button where you simply push that in, slide it down, and twist it until it snaps into place. So you can go ahead and take all of your vertical and horizontal poles and snap them together, and we'll pause while we do that. All of our horizontal pieces connected together, and we're going to start assembling the pieces together. We're going to start at the bottom and work our way up to the top. So we have our feet put together, and I see a label on this foot for B2 and a label on that foot for B3. So now I'm going to look for the horizontal connector that matches those 2 letters. We're going to put B2 into the B2 female connector, and the same thing on the other end. B3 into B3. So next I'm going to look for my 2 verticals, B4 and B1, and that'll be our next step. So this is where it's really helpful if you have a second person, but if you have a single person, we can still get it done. We're going to move this out and lay it back and put our top connector across the horizontal position. So we've laid the frame down into, so it's on the ground. If you're here by yourself or you don't have a step ladder, this is probably the best way to go. We just repeat at the top the same thing we did at the bottom. We're going to match our decals for B7 to B7. And B6 to B6. So now the frame's completely together. We're going to stand it up, and for this next bit I am going to bring in some help, and we'll get the pillowcase put on. So we have our frame built, everything's assembled, the feet are on, and now we have our fabric. The fabric has one opening at the bottom. Typically when your fabric comes, it will already be zipped up. So we're going to need to unzip the bottom of your fabric. You want to make sure you have a nice clean floor. Here in our showroom, we work over carpet, so we're not too worried about that. If you are in a trade show environment or you're in a dirtier space, you may want to have your partner hold the graphic up so that you don't get it on the floor and get it dirty. But we're going to drop and go ahead and unzip your fabric. Okay. Then, let's go ahead and change ends. So we're going to pull our fabric all the way apart and hold the opening in our right hand or your left hand, depending on which side you're on. And we're going to tilt the graphic frame forward. Just slide that back just a little bit there, Ben. There we go. And one partner will start getting it over the corner, the second person will follow along just like that. I'm going to go ahead and slide it down a few feet, stand it up, and then you pull it down just like a pillowcase over a pillow. Gradually work your way all the way down. Now we're all the way down at the bottom. So the last thing to do is to zip it up. Okay, so now we have our pillowcase fabric pulled over the entire frame. The last step is to zip it up. When your display is new, there can be a lot of tension to get this zipper to hook together, just like on your coat or your jeans or anything else. We get the zipper started, and then you can use your hand in front to squeeze it down, and then follow along with the zipper trolley. This helps just keep a little bit of tension off of your zipper and not stress the fabric and the seams. And as you use your graphic more and more, this will loosen up over time. And that should be the last step to pull out any wrinkles or any creases that were in your graphic from travel. And when you go to disassemble, it's literally the same thing in reverse. Pack it away in your case and you're off to your next show.